Hey there guys, welcome to the Relentless vlog. Let's talk about Monday's workout. Monday's workout has the dumbbell step up. It's gonna be in the suitcase carry. This is a really potent exercise and I want you guys to go ahead and have a little bit more intention on this. Now, we're really good here at CrossFit Relentless in making sure that we keep unilateral movements. That means one leg, one arm movements, one arm, right? Because a lot of times if we just kind of let people go, right, and you see this happen in a lot of other gyms or garage gym athletes, to where they'll start using the second foot right away, and then all of a sudden we've gone from a unilateral to a bilateral movement. We're using both legs, and that kind of defeats the purpose of a lot of these movements. Now, not only are we looking for this to stay unilateral, but we're also to make sure that we want to find our butt to do the majority of the lifting here. What I find all the time is people go ahead and decentrate, they flare their rib cage, they lose their midline organization, their hip shoots to the side, boom, hips back, and we lose glute activation, and we find the hamstring to go ahead and get tension and kind of carry us up through the movement. And yeah, you'll get a good workout, but at that point, you're not as intentional and you're losing the fact that we want more glute activation. We want more butt stuff, guys. So I'll go ahead and I'll do a few reps to where you're gonna go ahead and see that hip kind of flare side to side, where you can definitely see where things decentrate through the rib cage, right? My spine, my hamstring goes ahead and takes over, and my glutes aren't doing as much of the work, and then I'll go ahead and I'll lock it down, and you guys will see where my hip stays over my foot more, this stays organized, and then I'm gonna get more glute activation. And remember, a lot of knee problems, a lot of shoulder, back problems originate from the glutes, the hips not working properly. So let's go ahead, let's take a look, guys. So here's a few bad reps. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, I'm there. Here's a few good reps. Starting to breathe a little bit. So guys, hopefully you saw the difference in those reps, right? Now, a lot of times we start to move fast. When we start to get a little tired, the rope unravels, right? The cool thing is if you work on this really good, proper movement pattern that we try to give you every day, you're a tight rope to begin with. And then as you get tired, things get heavy, so on and so forth, things can kind of unravel a little bit and you're still safe and you're still getting a good training stimulus. The problem is if you're never intentional with the items we give you, you're always a half unraveled rope. And you just get tired, things get heavy, things unravel more, and at that point, in my opinion, you're just turning your wheels, and that's where injury happens, that's where major plateaus happen, right? Not good things. So guys, there's a little food for thought and more of a concept of why we have you hit certain positions or coach you. Now let's go ahead, let's go over two really pieces of important pieces of equipment that I think every CrossFitter should eventually have in their wheelhouse. These are number 1 and number 3 on my list. Number 2, I talked about in Friday's video, and those were a knee sleeve. With that, guys, you're gonna wanna go ahead, you're gonna want a jump rope. Guys, jump rope, 20 bucks now these days, $30 if you wanna go and be a baller and get a really nice bearing. These are the really cheap $15 ones, but these are so much better than what they used to be 10 years ago, guys. It's crazy. But then you can cut your jump rope to length for your size, which can make a gigantic difference of you learning double unders. And the cool thing, you can go from a one that's a little long, right, armpit level if you hook it on your foot, and then you could go ahead and slowly start to, as you get better, you can get it cut down to a little bit more of your nipple height, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're spinning that rope and the least amount of rope as possible. Really cool. Guys, number 3 is going to go ahead and be a weight vest, guys. I like 511 because they're just gonna last for ages. And plus, how they're built and how these sleeves are put in here is that if you need to make this a 50-pound vest, if you make this 5, 10, 15 pounds, you can easily put 5-pound plates in here, other items, and they're gonna move around in such a way to where it's not gonna bother you when you're running or other items. It really straps and keeps everything down. I would definitely not suggest buying a cheap you know, $20, $50 vest. It'll get you through, but the first running workout, the first upside down workout you do with them, you're gonna find that it just doesn't strap the weight down to you enough to where all of a sudden you're gonna find a plate up into your chin. And that is not fun, guys. Not fun at all. And plus, I think quarantine also showed us that as many things that you can go ahead and make a bodyweight movement more potent, awesome, do it, right? Really good way to go ahead and have fun, especially if you run with friends and you're a little faster than your friends. It's a great way to go ahead and throw the weight vest on. Might be a great little equilibrium item there for you. Guys, there we go. There's some food for thought. Remember, number 1, jump rope. Number 2 is gonna be a knee sleeve, right? A pair if you wanna go big with the budget. And then number 3, eventually I think everybody should have a weight vest. Guys, have a good one. We'll see you on the flip side.